All right, guys, look where we're at right now. Still in BKKT. This thing has been pretty much an all-day play at like 8 grand right now. Just wanted to kind of do this video, just kind of recap pretty much the past few days, really, and as far as what's been going on. I'll close this position out in a minute, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch on that, where we're at with everything and how stuff has been uh, lately. Give me a second. This thing is freezing up. Why won't it let me move it? There we go. Sorry. All right. Anyways, yeah. So BKKT, pretty good alert. This thing has been running all day, like I said. Ample of time to get in this one. Um, so a lot of you guys banked on this alert too, which is good. We'll talk about some other ones as well too. Today was kind of pretty overwhelming. Uh, Not bad for coming off of last week with that big run with DWAC. Um, Sorry, I'm just kind of glancing and making sure this trade doesn't, collapse on me at the end of the day. So kind of pay attention to this right here. You can see, some walls here after hours, the $47 level, $48 level. Just kind of keep watching those. Um, right now I'm expecting it to cool off a little bit. I'm deciding if I'm gonna close out this position or not where I'm at. I wanted to get 10K from this one trade, but if it doesn't go through 10K, 8K is fine. I'm not gonna cry about it. You know, the other two trades were successful. I'm already over the 10K profit today anyway. Uh, so, nothing wrong with that. But let's just kind of jump back to, where we're at here today, 25th. Let's see here. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm still kind of sick, guys. So if this sounds a little weird, or my voice sounds a little jacked up, don't be mad at me. Uh, yeah, so pretty much, we had the watch list posted um, for the swing trades and the daily alerts. Mark was a good trade for me. Got in and got out that one pretty quickly. DWAC made a little bit of a run today too, then died out. Ended at like 86 bucks. So yeah, it's just burning out the hype from Friday. I probably expect the rest of these things to go, die down. Like I tell you guys in that intro video when you're coming into the chat room and alerts, these stocks, they do what I, tell you guys in that video. So it's good to kind of anticipate that. But also, remember that basically your job is to manage your risk here. That's really what trading is, managing your risk and managing them properly. Um, we can kind of go back and just kind of review some of these alerts while I'm watching this trade here with BKKT, but that's pretty much it. I just want to kind of touch on that. I mean, this thing, where was the first alert at? Uh, I'm sorry, I haven't been paying attention. I got in this trade really late. I got in this trade at like 29 bucks, but for first alerted at $10.60, and this was at like 9:06. So you guys known this since the bell opened to kind of pay attention to this alert. And what do I tell you guys all the time, constantly? Focus on price action and chart reading. There's a reason why it's in the course. There's a reason why I go over all that stuff with you day in and day out because this is the you know thing to look for when it comes to momentum stocks. A lot of gurus are going to leave a lot of things out. I'm trying to give you guys the full picture of what I see every day so that you can kind of get an understanding to fit your trading style. But, take a look here, it's alerted first thing at like, 9:06, you get, the alert breaks a new high, you're alerted here. It's going to, and it looks kind of small because, of course, I had to zoom out since it's been so much of a dollar change. But if you zoom in to where the range is at during that time, you get a, hey, alert, 7:06. You're alerted right here. Hey, this thing has spiked up in value. All right, take a look at it. What I tell you guys to do, wait for some pullback. When the pullback is there, it's showing you some support. When it's showing you some support, that's a good time to start measuring your entry and exits. Okay. Um, Wait for it to turn up. And of course, there's more to it than what I'm going over here. As far as like looking at indicators and reading price action and stuff like that, it's just a lot. That's why I want you guys to learn that stuff so that you know what to do for. Because these patterns like this will repeat itself over and over and over, and you'll know what to do. Still, you can predict you know, everything in the market, guys, but you still can't get too greedy. Yeah, I trade with 500 shares. There's some people that trade with like 1,000, 700, more than that. But you got to remember when you're doing that stuff, it's going to influence the price movement of the stock as well too. So don't think that, oh, if you know what's going to happen, you can just throw $1 million in one trade and profit. That's not how it works. I get a lot of people who don't trade try to tell me stuff like that, and it doesn't work like that. So for those of you that are going like balls in with one trade at like $4,000 and 6,000 shares in one trade, you're manipulating price action. Um, and there's a whole segment I'm doing with that, and of course I'm not going to go into now, but just understand that why that's not even possible. I mean, yeah, you could do that with big blue chip stocks like Tesla or you know Apple or IBM or something like that, but you're dropping a bucket then. With these small cap stocks, it definitely plays a difference, and I cover that in the course, and I cover why. So I'm not going to go over all that. But anyways, yeah, new leg up. It held support, held support, held support. Then you get alerted again. Now you probably want to pay attention. Now this thing is alerted again. The momentum is coming. Yeah, it's too late by then because you didn't look at like level of support. You didn't, read your chart. You didn't study. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, you know it's running again, right? Perfect. Okay, great. Now you know it's got to come. It's got to do what? Once it's rolled up, it's got to come right back down and establish a new level of support. Here's another level of support. It's still trading pretty good at, above the volume weighted average price, right? Still holding, still turning, still turning. Now you know it's got to come again. This right here, even if you got in any of this point, hopefully you did good risk and reward management and, kept it within a decent range. And even then in the breakout, boom, you can, capitalize again. And at this point is where you want to typically let your winners win. Now this thing is ending pretty good towards the end of the day. It did really, really good. What I tell you guys all the time, typically the stock that's usually ran the most at the end of the day after hours is going to run pretty well too. Not necessarily saying it's going to run up, not saying it's going to run down. It's going to still have some decent movement because of after hours trading, um, which is what we're into now. So that's pretty much how that plays out. And this thing just kind of kept momentum afterwards. This is a pure example of me telling you guys, I like to let my winners win. Once I hit my target price and I've, made some gains, I'm okay with letting the rest of it run and run and run. Or if it's, completing the setup that I see, and it's even when it pulls back, I'm okay with letting it run. Because by then, when it pulled up here to new high, you would think, oh, maybe you should probably want to take profits, right? Maybe, but I'm okay with testing this thing to see how far it can pull back and letting it run again, which is what I did. Now, you got to be careful with doing that. That's kind of like an experience of you looking at price action and knowing that stuff because if it pulls back too much, it can just completely drop on you, which some of you might have seen with Fun after that halt on Friday. Um, so this is pretty much where we're at with BKKT. So I just wanted to kind of touch on this trade here a little bit for you guys. Um, and while we're at it, we'll just review a little bit more trades or actually alerts. I won't just do the ones that are, successful. I'll do ones that aren't successful too for you. I mean, it's kind of hard to find some of them because, usually when they're alerted, they're running pretty well. Whether you're doing long or short, it just depends on the style of trading that you do. Because whether you're going long or short doesn't matter if you have a trading plan. Like this right here, of course, would be a failing trading plan for someone who is trying to long, but it's a great trading plan for someone who's trying to short. You know why? Because they identified the areas of resistance. They know what to look for. They see that, hey, there's, resistance building up, resistance building up. This is a good short if you can find shares, you know? Um, so that's BENE. That was, had a volume spike in pre-market. Let's take a look at another one here. Let's take it ZYGH. Sorry, I'm just also trying to monitor the BKKT trade that I'm still in here while we're, reviewing this stuff here. Just trying not to lose out on that bad boy. Yeah, it's still there. Still banking. I'm telling you, man, if this thing hits 10 grand, I'll be happy. But anyways, let me move this out the way. Sorry. Yeah, so pretty much, we're looking at, what was it? ZG, oops, ZG, YH. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, I'm still, this chest code is bonkers. Let me make sure this thing is. Looking pretty good. Let me slide this over. I'm trying to keep level two up just so I can monitor the price action with where we're at with this thing. I'm not going to try to be in this trade all after hours because it's taking, forever. But anyways, um, yeah, if you're wondering what I'm looking at price action right here on BKKT. But we're going over the chart here with ZGHY and the alert, and I'm trying, I got my hands on the hotkeys ready to execute the trade, but making sure. Guys, we're at nine. We're at 9 grand right now. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Anyways, this one, if you're longing, sorry, if you're longing, this one probably wasn't a good trade for you. Let me do this here so I can pull this up all the way for you. As a matter of fact, let me do this. All right, so this one, ZYGH, hit a pre-market high of 1152 and then pull back down. See, this is a prime example where I tell you guys, wait for the pullback, because if you were seeing this pullback, this one just shot up and came back down. There's no confirmation here for you to do a trade. There's no pattern. There's no nothing. You want to wait for that thing to roll or release once or twice, or after the second time. You want to wait and see if there's something there. Don't be afraid and think that you're losing out on a trade because it's starting to spike up and you haven't gotten into the trade. The reason why is because stocks will typically give you an indication that they're about to run by doing that. Which is why I tell you guys, look at the alert, pull it up, give it a few minutes, let it play out. If it's not, on that second pullback of the moving average convergence divergence, if it's not holding no level of support, move on. Go to the next stock. Um, that's what I do. Uh, as far as like all this other stuff, I can't spend too many hours, going over this stuff. That's exactly what the course is for. But the purpose of this just kind of give you an idea. And you guys need to have some type of trading plan in place. If you don't have a trading plan in place, you need to learn how to develop one. If you don't know how to develop one, you probably need to take the course. Or, practice, read the books that I tell you guys that are there for free. Jump in the learning lounge, read some of those books. If it's psychological that's, hurting you in trading, and you might not even know it. I promise you guys, I promise you, if you don't listen to anything I tell you, just read the books in the learning lounge, guys. They're in there for a reason. Even if you guys are beginners, check the file section. Start with some of those books. Those are very, very good. And I thought reading books is dumb. I don't need to read books to learn how to trade. Trust me, you do, because nobody on YouTube is going to be going over that stuff. They'll touch on maybe a little bit. Oh, we're going to talk about the psychological aspects of trading, blah blah blah. There is way more to it in there pertaining to yourself as a trader than it is to the general public, which is why they make YouTubes on it. On like, oh, we're going to talk about psychology of trading and blah blah blah. They're talking about price action psychology of trading. There's more to it than that, guys. I promise you. You read those books, there's going to be so much insight you'll have, and you'll be like, oh my god. And you start to apply that stuff to your trading, make a world of difference. I think me and John was talking about it on the Facebook group the other day, and I uploaded the book he was saying to recommend, and then I put it in the learning lounge for you guys. Boom. I don't know how much that book costs, but you got it there for free. I don't know what else I don't know what else to tell you guys. But anyways, ZYGH. So that's kind of just an example of a trade that might not go your way that you need to go ahead and get out of. But again, wait for a setup. You got alerts that'll talk about different things like, agreements like this with XERS. Short this up. So yeah, this one was alerted early in the morning. Okay, it spiked up a little bit and popped right back down. And what had a little bit of a pull, a little bit of jump right there. Only one bar. That's not even enough for you to want to even get in a trade. So there, that was a clear fake out in the early day, and then what? It just traded flat the rest of the day. So that's that. Let's take a look at fun here. Man, BKKT is crazy, guys. Uh, I need to go ahead and exit my profit. I really wanted to hit 10K. Right now it's holding another level of support. Let me pull it back up for you too. While I'm trying to show you guys this stuff, it's still holding another level of support. Do you see what I'm saying? It spiked up, held another level of support, and it's below the RSI. I still got room to let this thing run. It might hit freaking $50 after hours, but look at kind of keep these walls in mind. I'm watching that price action. I don't expect many to be here because it's on the bottom, of the moving average convergence divergence, but still good to look at price action. Things like this show me another level of support is really, really good to see. I love looking at that. When I see that, I feel so much better about the trade, especially when I'm going green. But look, I'm at 9K right now. Um, we'll see how this ends. We'll see how this ends. So let me pull this out the way. Sorry. Um, yeah, let's continue. We were at fun, right? Mm, I wish I got better at like navigating this stuff. I tell you guys, I'm a simple trader, man. I just keep it simple. I like to I can't be no technical YouTuber and doing all this other junk. I don't have a whole media team, production team doing all. I trade. I actually trade. I can't. I don't have time to be doing all that other stuff, learning how to operate software and whatnot. Um, and it's crazy because I went to school for like computer science like my first 2 years, but I don't know. The time just caught up with me. I don't really care about it too much, so it's not that big a deal, and I don't really you know stress over it. But anyways. I tell you what, we hit 10K. I'm done with this this review because I'm just gonna go ahead and post it, and we go ahead and hit that much. But we're about 500 bucks away right now. Let me pull this up here for you guys so you can see it. Sorry. There we go. 9,600. Not bad at all. Yeah. So fun. Let me pull up fun, and I'll watch this on the way out. So fun was not really fun for most of you, was it? You know why? And then those of you that were like kind of coming off of that high from Friday probably was getting a little too greedy. Um, Look at it, and admins even said, DWAC fund, all these were gapping up, social media, blah blah blah. Yeah, I mean, no reason to stay in that trade. Um, and even then, if you get in the trade, your risk management should be so good that you don't, have to worry about it. Um, Hang on a second, guys, because it looks like we about to hit that 10K. I'm about to go ahead and end this broadcast, man. Let me go ahead and wrap things up because y'all, it's a wrap. It's a 10K day. You feel me? You feel me? Where we at? Are we gonna hit that 50 mark? Oh, we in there. Oh, we are in there, baby. Y'all, it's 10K today. Yeah, it's a 10K day. It's a 10K day. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Anyways, um, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm amped right now. I'm amped. But yeah, 10 motherfucking 10K. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to see that. I feel good about that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's go. All right, let me go ahead and catch this out real quick. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. Let me pull back my alerts back up and the trading view back up. Sorry. Um, okay. So yeah, that's it. Nothing else to show you guys. We're we're done for the day. No, let me stop. All right, so I'll go ahead and cash that out. But yeah, so all the other alerts, like if you probably got sidetracked, let me tell you guys something because I know today was a lot going on, with Tesla and Hertz and that vehicle purchase. I mean, that's big. The reason why I made a big deal about that, guys, because I don't know, you guys know, I also rent out cars as well too. Um, and that's gonna probably eat into my profits, depending on how much they list it for. Um, but yeah, that's a big deal, especially for Tesla. Now they hit a trillion dollar um, in market cap, which is good for them. Uh, they want to say, oh, it's the first trillion-dollar car company. Tesla's not really a car company; they're a technology company. But whatever makes you feel better. Um, Yeah, so that's good for them, but that's a lot of information to unpack, deciding whether you're not going to trade or not. I mean, that thing ran today. It's in a trend. I hope you didn't try to get put anything like that against it. That's one time you don't want to fight the trend on some really, really good news. I mean, that was being posted everywhere today. Any message board you was looking at, they were talking about it. But yeah. So, this here, I mean, Genius News was okay. That thing climbed for a little bit. See, now with excuse me, with Genius, some of you guys may not know. Some people might still have shock from this thing. This thing went crazy supernova. I think it was like last year. For those of you who haven't been here long enough, but that thing went berserk. Um, and some people got burned on it. Heck, I got burned on it. Still leaves a bad taste in my mouth for me, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, it definitely has some good moves today. So you could have easily made a couple, bucks here or there with that. When stocks are, this small in the dollar amount, having more amount of shares might help out because you'll get more of a movement and more of a price change at that point. But other than that, after the Genius, was alerted, COE was decent, REDU, and then BKKT were pretty much the only alerts you guys really should have been paying attention to. In the beginning, especially during the opening bell, I want you to understand something. You feel like, it's a lot of alerts going on. If you ever feel like it's too many alerts going on, don't trade anything. That's like the best advice I can give you. And this is exactly what happened to me here today. There was a lot of alerts going on. I was deciding whether or not to jump into Tesla, whether to get into BKKT, whether to get into um, MARK or a few other ones. So as you guys seen in the post that I posted on Facebook, I didn't get into BKKT until it was at like 18 bucks or something like that. By then I had, not to mention the fact that I fell asleep because it was too much going on and I'm not feeling good, but also too mainly because it was too much going on. Why would I want to get into a bunch of trades and be distracted with all these other trades? That's a problem with a lot of you guys trying to do too many trades at once. Focus on one, and if there's too many going on at once, focus on none. See which ones clear out of the dust because they're all going to be fighting first thing in the morning. They're all going to be fighting for this, fighting for that. Bulls and bears are going to go at it. I don't want to be part of any of that. I mean, unless you're a good scalper, kudos to you. But me, I'm not worried about that. I'll let you guys fight. Show me a trend, show me a setup, then I'm going to jump into the trade. Whatever one is giving me more alerts and is alerting me more, I'm going to look at that one and consider to trade that one. Now, it might be a point where you might have jumped into another trade and you're stuck in that alert. I mean, that's fine. Just focus on that one until you're done with that trade. Don't try to do too many at once. You guys see all the time. I'm only going to trade one, maybe two stocks at a time, three at the most. If I ever get in four, I'm going to be overwhelmed, and I don't have time for all that. And I can't be jumping screen to screen to screen to screen to screen. Trying to pretty much trade every single thing that's there because more trades will come. All right, more trades will come. Um, Shout out to all you guys who banked on that thing. I'm gonna go ahead and post this video. This was a good recap of today's trade. You guys got to see some of it live. Hopefully, you got to get a little bit of idea of what I'm talking about when the alerts go off, through the Telegram. And this is pretty much how I have my first screen set up. The other screen is just for me to execute my trades. That's just my day to day. It could be days where today's like today, where it runs all day. And I have to sit and watch it all day, or it could be other days I hit my target and call it a day. Like you guys seen earlier in the Facebook group, I posted, made $1,000 pre-market. I might call it a day, but then I got up again. I was like, okay, let me pull up the market. Let me look at the market. I looked it up. I looked at the alerts. BKKT was alerted a couple times. I pulled up the chart. I'm like, man, this looks good. Excuse me, sorry. This cold is killing me. I got up. No, it's not COVID. For those of you who got jokes, no, it's not COVID. But I got up, pulled up the alert, and seen BKKT was alerted a lot. It had a lot of volume today. One of the volume leaders, and I said, okay, to myself, there's a good setup at this point. Let me go ahead and get in. It got halted a couple of times, I think, as well too, and just execute it properly. Once I execute it, I let the winners win and go from there. Now, obviously, I don't want you guys trying to trade like me because you're not me. You can't do that. I want you to learn how to do your own stuff, which is why I, teach you in that course. Like it can apply to any of the alerts. You just have to learn how your trading style works for you, and that's going to take a lot of testing, a lot of trying, and getting used to being comfortable with it. You're going to have to accept the fact that you're not going to be the same trader today that you will be in a week or so, in a month or so, in a year from so, I promise you, you're gonna always be progressing. You're gonna have some base fundamental things that you do, but you're always gonna be progressing as a trader. So understand that. Um, and you're not gonna trade like everyone else. Okay? Do what works for you. Like I told you guys last week, you can have two traders trading two different positions, one going long, one going short, and they both can be profitable, or they both can be wrong, or one can be right and one can be wrong, vice versa. That's just how it is. Okay? Um, understand that. This BKKT trade here, guys. I don't know, man. I need to go ahead and collect this money because I see it has another leg up. It's holding a level of support. Let me pull it up here for you. Oop, sorry. Uh, this cold is killing me. So you see, we still got the level two here with the 9,000 mark here. If it breaks through that, I think this thing is going to run pretty well. Um, it's holding up good right now. Excuse me. It might be worth me just trying to take my profits. Honestly, I don't want to push my luck here. But even after hours, guys, you see here, I usually trade with 500 shares, right? So I got in, 500 shares at like 29 bucks. Sum up a good, pretty amount. Not all you can trade with 500 shares. Some of you can trade with only 50. Some of you can trade with only five. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about the amount of money. Or worry about the percentage. That's what matters. Okay. I'd much rather have a person who can make, you know, 10% a day versus someone who can make 100 bucks a day. It's relative, but you know what I mean. Anyways, yeah, just focus on that. So I'm just gonna kind of keep watching this here, but I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down and go ahead and call it a day because I actually got to go run and take care of some stuff. But hopefully, you guys, did okay on this trade. It's been a great week. Like I told you guys earlier, October is going to start out slow in the very beginning, and then towards the end is going to pick up. This is just a normal market cycle. Understand the cycles that you are in. Understand the way the market is the day that you're trading. That's why we tell you guys, hey, the market's falling or the market's, rising. Today was kind of a mix. It was great in the pre-market, opened up, it dropped, and then it pulled right back up. Markets do that as well too. So adjust your trades accordingly. Anyway, guys, I hope this video, was a little bit helpful for you. I don't want to keep you too long. Just wanted to show you where I was at because a lot of you asked me to show it to you, real time, all that good stuff. So hopefully this is a good video for you to catch it in real time. Sorry, I'm still working on learning how to stream stuff. I'll get to it eventually for you guys that are in the alerts and groups chat. We're gonna get that live stream going for those of you who are, are in it. And want to actually see it. So I haven't forgot about you. It's just a lot going on. But anyways, guys, you guys take care. Stay green. I'll talk to you soon.